welcome to day 4. Okay, boy, day 4, still got a lot of work to do. So I painted the base brown. It's kind of splotchy, but this was mostly to get the rocks and the grave sites. The rest of it's probably going to be covered mostly with flock, so I'm not worried about that being too blotchy there. Now, the one thing I need to do at this point, I haven't done it like this before, but I'm going to try this. I'm going to actually use some of Les's black wash, awesome paint job, to put some definition on these rocks, and then they'll be dry brushed to highlight them up. So this is the wash is something that Les has made up, or teaches you how to make up for washes on minis. I'm going to use a little bit on the terrain because it's actually fairly cheap to make the way he tells you to do it. If you'd like to know how to do that, check out awesomepaintjob.com, and there's a video up there that will explain how to do it. Works really great on minis. I'm going to assume it works really great here. I could use thinned down black paint, but I really want, this is such a fine texture that I really want something with more pigment in it to give it real good definition. So I'm going to use an ink wash. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I've actually used the wash on most of this. You can see I did these areas too, just because I want to bring them out. You can see what the wash does. It just kind of brings out all the shadows and stuff. Now, you may or may not want to do this with yours. I just wanted to give it a little bit more definition in the rocks than what I'm used to, so I thought I'd try this. But washing in general is really useful in terrain making. For the same reason it's useful when you're doing minis. It kind of gives you a map for the shadows and brings things out really well. So if you don't know how to apply a wash, and this is for terrain, it's going to be, well, similar for minis, but maybe a little different. You just slop it on there like this. There's no particular technique, except you don't want massive bubbles. But just slop it on there and let the wash do its job. It'll find all the little cracks and stuff if you've got a good wash. This stuff that Les teaches you how to mix up actually has flow improver in it, some flow aid, so it helps it flow down into the cracks, and that's what its job is to flow into the cracks and find the shadows for you. So that's an easy way to get some definition on your terrain. You can use all different colors of washes. I actually tried a sepia wash on this stuff and found that it just wasn't dark enough for this color of brown paint. So I went with the black because I figured that would deepen the rocks a little bit more anyway. So you can see that I've got, I also did this area because I'm not sure exactly how much of that is going to be covered with flock, so I just wanted to make sure it was done. Anyway, we're going to let this dry, and then we'll come back and probably start dry brushing the rocks up. See you in a bit. And I think we're going to call it a night. I actually got quite a bit accomplished tonight. I got the mausoleum all dry brushed up. Basically, I did, we already had the real dark gray, almost black wash on there. I did a layer of kind of an overbrush with the medium gray. Then a fairly light dry brush with the gray, and then I added half as much white to this to do a final dry brush, really light. So I think that dry brushed up pretty good. See if you can see that. I actually do like the effect of this stuff once I got it dry brushed up there. See if we can get you a good shot of that. There we go. Look pretty decent, I think. I kind of like that effect. I do still need to do the bars in here. I'm gonna do them. I'm gonna do them in silver and then kind of mess them up a little bit. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Then I also did the got the tombstones all dry brushed up. So I think those are about done. I got the rocks dry brushed here. A little different than I'm used to. That wash made a big difference in how this turns out. It's a little glossy, but that's alright. We'll tone that down later. A lot of it's going to be covered up with flock too, so I'm not terribly concerned about it. Anyway, with this, after I got the wash on, the black wash, I just overbrushed it with the same brown color. If you don't know what overbrush is, it's basically dry brushing with quite a bit more paint. It covers most of the area. Then I dry brushed it a layer with this fawn color, and then I did a light dry brush with this sandstone color, and that was pretty much it for that. Then on the fence, I wanted to do kind of a decided to do some rust. What I ended up, it was kind of an accident really. I had this cup sitting out where I had with this brown in it, which is basically just brown. It's this color. That's what I use, just brown. And it was kind of watered down, about half and half mix of paint to water because I used it fairly light when I was doing this. I added this terracotta kind of orangey color to it, and like 2 drops of red into this, and just kind of dotted it around on the black, and I guess you can see I think it did a pretty good job. Then after I did that all around pretty good, I added quite a bit more red to it to kind of redden it up a bit, and went back and kind of touched it around in different places. Tried to make it as random as I could, but I think, see how good a look you can get at it. I think that looks pretty decent for rust. I would have preferred to do it, shoot, there we go. Would have preferred to do it with some chalk pastels. That's how I've seen a lot of scale modelers do stuff. If you check out SM Consortium's channel, he's got some vids. They're a little bit old. I think he still has them up there, but about how to use the chalk pastels for weathering. The problem is they're pretty expensive. That would have busted the budget. I don't already have some, so I think the paint looks pretty good though for rust. So a couple things left to do. I'm gonna, like I said, do the bars here, do them in a silver and mess them up a bit. I got to do the torches still, and I went in my bits box, got out some bits, and so I think what I'm gonna do here from my undead army is something like this. Now I gotta paint that dude up, but I think that'll look kind of cool once I get him painted up. And then I'm gonna have to he's not just gonna be laying on there. I'm gonna have to use a little bit more of this stuff and kind of build up around there and use some flocking to disguise the edges and make it look like he's busting out of this thing. But so I'm gonna get him down. It's gonna take me a while to paint him. I'm still not very good at mini painting yet, but that's alright. I think that's it for the night, and I will see you guys tomorrow.